Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Masterclass Magic of Connection of Self and Spirit. I'm so happy to have you here today. My hope and intention, well, let me back it up. Let me introduce myself. I am Leilani. I work with energy, I work with spirit. I work in higher consciousness. I work with a clear channel. I help others to help themselves, to heal themselves, to find themselves, to love themselves. And I have connected with many different beings, but I like to go straight to source, to highest level consciousness. And that's what we'll be talking about today. I predominantly work within the Akashic records. And for those that are of you that aren't in the know, the Akashic records, essentially, it's an energetic repository that holds all things in existence. And each being has their own Akashic records. And it's based on the foundation of love. It holds your soul's truth. So your memories, your emotions, your imprints, your wounds, your potentialities, your actual outcomes. The Akashic Records holds anything and everything that is you. And so when I tap into the records, the focus is deep healing, deep remembrance, coming home to self. And yeah, this work is just it's so beautiful. It's incredible. And because of what's available within the records, it really truly shows you what may be underneath the surface, what is unconscious, what your desires are held to or tethered to, that and any blocks that might be in the way. And so, along, of course, with your most tender wounds and unconscious imprints, but it holds your soul's truth. And so I do my work predominantly within the records, but I love playing with energy in general. That is something that I do daily, and it's fun. It's fun. So that's what my hope is for us today, is to play in the energy of what is available here, to move in the energy of self, right? Us within ourselves, within our own sovereignty, of us in relationship to spirit, to the divine, to what's available, and also holding in the intention that we can attain magical possibility, that in our connection, that more is available for us. And um, while while I hold the title of master, I kind of hate these kinds of things. I hate these labels. I hate that somebody had decided that this marketing ploy was going to be a master class, because I actually don't think anybody's really a master of anything. There's always so much to explore, so much to discover, so much to learn. So we're just going to hold that also in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way, and play with that as well, right? What I do know is my truth. What I know is also truth that is available for you. And I also know that a lot of it is untapped. So I'm happy to welcome you into this space, to be able to find find a way to discover even more deeply, and in more alignment and more connection with spirit, what is available for you. So yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Through the work that I've done within the Akashic Records, what I've seen it time and time again is not only does it and has it and will it continue to provide people with new experiences, but it does truly give a new access point to what is available for you, what is yours. It is your birthright to be able to access this information, your truth, your purpose. It's your birthright to heal. And so, oh, he's back, the gardener. I hope that doesn't get in the way. But so just knowing that um, going in within ourselves actually allows us to go up. It allows us to rise, because we hold the divinity in us, for those that are familiar, right? with the works of what is it, the course, Return to Love, right? I see the God in you because I see the God in me. Paraphrasing, but we can access spirit by accessing ourselves, going into ourselves, learning and loving ourselves. We can hold a deeper connection, a longer lasting connection to spirit and the divine. And also, like, through our rising and our going in, because they happen simultaneously, right? Um, we can also access all other things that are available within this realm, the higher realms. It holds so much for us. We have, most of you have heard about spirit, your spirit guides. A lot of you here work with your spirit guides. You can connect with your angels. You can connect with transition loved ones. There's also other beings that you can connect to. That I wouldn't suggest you do that right off of the bat, because it can get a little wonky if you don't have things in place of like protection and whatnot. But there's so much available within this space. And yeah, it's really incredible work, because I found how people, as they heal, as they shed these untruths, right? Releasing these energetic reversals, transmuting pain into love, they are the true alchemists of their lives. That is alchemy. You're turning something lead, right? Something heavy, something dense into gold, into light energy. And it's so, so beautiful and truly deeply touching. And so, my ask of you today, my ask of you is to make a conscious choice to surrender what is here for you now in this moment, to surrender to what is available for you if you allow, to choose to feel protected and held by the divine, loved. This is sacred space, right? All of the spaces that we do work with spirit, or we're consciously connected to a higher conscious, to, and we do good work, it's all sacred space. And so we just really, I want you to allow yourself to have a new experience today. Anything that you may have told yourself, anything you may have experienced um, thus far, let's just put it aside. Let's be completely open. Let's allow ourselves to feel into the magic of what is available here today, of what is possible here now. Because each moment, as it continues to move, as the energy moves, this moment now is not like the last. This moment now is not like the last. So we just want to allow what can come through with conscious choice, and holding the intention that we want to bring in magic. And I know a lot of you have been going through some really heavy times, right? Like, this month is pretty wild. This year is really crazy and chaotic. And so really choose to today play, to be in this energy, to see what comes forth for you in love and magic and possibility. And just put your ego aside, put it away, and feel supported, feel intrinsically aligned and deeply loved. So we good? We're gonna have some fun today? Okay, great. Okay, so sometimes people hold this work while it's deeply reverent, right? It's gratifying on another level. It's pure grace. It can have sort of a heaviness to it, right? When we go into ourselves, when we heal, it feels oftentimes so solemn and somber and weighty. And what in the intention that we want to hold, and some of that lightness and play, is also that I want you to get into your consciousness that maybe it doesn't have to feel so heavy. Maybe what I'm experiencing, okay, that is truth. I am experiencing that. But what if I looked at it from a different lens? What if I held it in a lighter perspective and decided that I wasn't going to make it so heavy, I wasn't going to make it so weighty and bring me down, right? Oftentimes, because of the heaviness, because of the desires that we hold, it creates this perception of a deep contrast to what is lacking. Just because we desire, now we see what we lack, right? And what if we just held ourselves in the desire of what is possible? What if we just held ourselves without having our ego, right, to come into play and decide um, that it was going to drive us, that it was going to pinpoint all of the things that we lacked, or all of the scarcity, or all of the unmet desires that we hold, and instead just holds the energy of the desire instead of dancing with our skeletons and carrying these bags of our imprints and our wounds. What if we said we didn't want to dance with our skeletons anymore? What if we put those suitcases down and just chose to move through and flow through energy? Okay, because this is where the flowing through is, there is no resistance, right? You think about a river, you think about a stream, and the energy just flows through. Even if there's a rock, a big boulder or rock in the middle of the stream and the river, the water still finds a way, right? It just adapts and it moves through, and it decides it's not going to be an obstacle. It just finds a way, right? And so holding that in your consciousness, choosing, okay, perception and perspective can be changed so easily at any moment. Tired of dancing with a skeleton. I don't want to do that anymore. Right? Like, the skeleton doesn't have moves. Let's not do that. Like, these moves are tripping me up. Like, I don't want that. So just putting that down, right? And so knowing that we can choose play, we can choose fun, we can choose lightness, we can choose wonder, we can choose possibility, um like a boundlessness. We don't have to be weighed down by all the shit that held us for so long, right? We can choose another narrative. And if it's impossible, even though impossible is impossible, right? We all know that. So even if it feels so difficult to do that, we can just give ourselves a little bit of time. What if in the next 10 minutes we decide to hold this energy? What if in the next, okay, if I can't do 10 minutes, what if I do 5 minutes? And then you just play your favorite song that's 5 minutes long, and then you dance alone, right? Without your skeletons. But it's about practice, right? Practice helps sustainability. While we can go there, oftentimes like people feel elation, or they get to like this state of consciousness, and then there's like a coming down, and then the recovery from coming down. Like, this has happened to me oftentimes, where I go high in a state of level of consciousness and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to go back to earth. I don't want to get there, right? I want to be up here. It's fun up here. Everything's possible up here. Source is up here. My angels and guides play up here. This is where I want to be. But we, again, as sovereign beings, chose to have this incarnation, chose to be here in this life. And there's a reason. There's a reason why. There's a reason why you're here today. There's a reason why you're going deeper into self, deeper into spirit, deeper in connection, right? Because you know intrinsically that there's so much more available for you. And so, does that all make sense? I realize I'm kind of rambling. Okay. Great. I just want it to make sense. Um, like, have you ever noticed, sometimes too, when you kind of zone out, like maybe you're driving your car and you just kind of zone out, and then all of a sudden, like you're just, you know, music's playing, like the sun is shining, but you're not even really paying attention. Then all of a sudden you get an inspiration, you get a message, you get like a sign, right? It's because your ego is not involved. You've just kind of like, woo, you're living in the possibility of what is. And oftentimes that can look like neutrality, okay? Where we know so well what it is to be heavy. We know so well what it is to be weighed down by our troubles and our desires and our ego. And when we have those moments of just like quiet stillness where we're not talking badly about ourselves, there's not this narrative going in our mind, we're not like wishing for a different experience in our present moment, we're not like angry at the person who didn't hold the door open for us. We're able to kind of just be, and in those moments there's magic that can come to you if you just say, okay, like I would love that magic, like bring it to me. And so again, it goes back to conscious choice, okay? Making a conscious choice that not only will I try, right? Try at first, because it is a practice to not let my ego drive. But also, will I allow the messages? Will I allow the guidance? Will I allow the insight, the downloads to come through? And so saying yes to that too. And that is a conversation that your guides, your angels want to have with you. So you can have this conversation with them daily, and it doesn't have to be so, you know, regimented. Once you start doing this, I promise you're just going to keep doing it all the time. Like sometimes even when I'm angry and upset, um, the thing I've learned to do is to give it up and over. So I give it up to higher consciousness and I give it over to my angels and guides. And I say, I don't want this anymore. Help me with this feeling, this emotion, this hard thing that I'm experiencing. But having a communion, a conversation with your angels and guides can help that. Okay. And so I want to get back a little bit to neutrality, because this is really important. This is a big lesson that I have learned. And this is why I speak to it, because I never quite understood what it meant. Okay. Like, okay, cool. I can be neutral. Yeah. Like, let's be Switzerland. I'll be neutral, but like, what does that actually mean? um it means not being reactive to the energies around you, not being pushed or pulled in any one direction or weighed down or trying to resist, right? It just is. You're driving in the car, you're going about your day, you receive the download. That's a place of neutrality, right? And so if you're unable to go high immediately, because for a lot of us it is hard, we have so many like anchors weighing us down. So if you're not able to go high immediately, try to come to that place of neutrality. Like that should be your barometer. That's where it begins. Okay. So you don't have to be feeling fantastic and oh my God, life is amazing, cheering down the street, right? But just get it to a place of like, okay, what is what is, and here I'm okay with that in this present moment. And to do that, you can just begin to breathe. Breathing gets you into this conscious state, this present moment. So just beginning to breathe, okay, will help you. But always aim neutrality or above. Okay. But if you can't go above, it's okay. Be in neutrality. Still amazing things happen in neutrality. Manifestations still occur in neutrality. Abundance still comes your way in neutrality. You can still find the love of your life in neutrality, right? So neutrality or above, that's the way to be. Is that all tracking? Everybody's good with that? Okay. Any questions around that? Throw them in the chat. So much sense. Hi, Tracy. Hello, welcome. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat and then I can speak to them as they come up. So those that are listening to the recording can get them as well. Um, okay. So how how does one get to wherever we want to go? Right? How does one play in the energy of the divine? How does one connect? We talked about surrender, 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 surrender. When you surrender more. When you think you can't surrender anymore, you surrender more. Okay, there's still so much to surrender. And um, again, I really think about it as the way of like, I give it up to spirit. So I give it up to a higher consciousness and I give it over. I give it over specifically to my guides, to my angels, to hold it for me, to help me so I don't feel alone, to ensure that I'm not carrying all this weight on my own. And so surrender is really important. Safety is really important. We cannot truly surrender if we don't feel safe. You know, there's a reason why you all are here today. There was a level of you that felt safe coming here, that felt safe being in this space and being able to see what was available for you here. Okay. And because the safety is tied to your authentic self, because you are honoring and loving your being, you feel a little safe. Okay. Oftentimes in our life, we don't feel safe because there's a dishonoring happening. Maybe we're not in our authentic being, and maybe we're not um, like expressing our truths in some way. So all of a sudden we don't feel safe, right? And it can be argued, you know, is it the cart before the horse or whatever the saying is? I think I said that wrong, but you know what I mean? Like, what is it first that then precludes, right, the safety? But it's really about practicing. Someone a long time ago told me once to just act as if, and then your acting becomes the belief. And now you don't, egg or the chicken, yes. Thank you. I think the opposite was like, don't pull the cart before the horse. Yes, thank you. Okay. Um, so yeah, does that make sense, everybody? Okay. Mhm. And there's more involved, right? Once we're connected, of course, but today really truly is about surrender. It's about safety. Because when you made the conscious choice, when we started this masterclass, you decided, okay, I'm going to surrender to what is here because I feel safe with what is here. And just think about what it is that made you feel safe and it still makes you feel safe in this space. And if there is a part of you that still doesn't feel safe, what is that part within you that needs to be acknowledged, that needs to be loved, that needs to be honored? Okay. That's your indicator if you don't feel safe. And we're going to go back to this in a little bit. But what does it mean to actually connect? What does it mean to have a spiritually connected experience? Okay. And I've been throwing this out, right, since I've been talking, but connecting to greater consciousness, surpassing any low frequencies, anything down here, right? And connecting to something higher, going higher, connecting to a greater consciousness, right? Um, and it's also the consciousness of the I am. So to go back to that example of when you're in your car and you're just kind of going about your day, maybe singing a song on the radio, the sun is shining, but you're just zoning out. In that moment, you're a part of the all that is. There is zero resistance of what is happening. You are the I am, right? Because that's just the natural state. That's the natural state of the earth. That's the natural state of everything. And so in this I am, you're connected to self, you're connected to all that is, you're connected to the natural rhythm of the earth and the sky and the cadence of life, right? This beautiful life that's happening, and you're just present. You're just present. Um, and also connecting to higher consciousness, having a spiritually connected experience means also being in alignment, right, with your soul's truth. It may not be like fully, right? Like in that, again, that example of the car, you're having this experience where you're just present and you're enjoying the moment. That truly is what we're meant to be here for. We're meant to have this experience and be present to all that is. So, to have a spiritually connected experience, we're present to all that is, right? We're part of the I am. We've kind of surpassed any of the low frequencies. We're not letting it hold us. We're not letting it, weigh us down or tie us down. But this is an access point for deeper wisdom. This is an access point for, when the I am, you're in that thread of consciousness, right? Of all that is. But in this thread of consciousness, there's so much available. We hold so much wisdom. Like the earth holds so much wisdom. If we're in the rhythm of the earth, if we can just tune in to the earth, how much can we garner from her? How much wisdom, how much learning? This is why we ground, right? Because she anchors us in, she allows us, she gifts us this blessing of her truth, of her wisdom. And so, yeah, so having this spiritually connected experience, going higher, allowing yourself to be in the consciousness of all that is and what's available. And not also in the presence of what is. And this is, I don't know if I should actually go here. Hold on, let me just check in. I'm tapped in right now, so I'm like channeling, right? And let me just check in if this is where they want us to go. They don't want it to get too nuanced. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so that's what it means to connect. Why is it important to connect? There's so much available for us. Like, don't we want more things? Like we take on more materialistic things because we actually want more more spiritually aligned things. So we try to like take on the material to help feed into and provide something else that we actually need to fulfill within us, right? Maybe it's our emotional state, maybe it's our spiritual connection. But so we connect and there's more available for us. And it will improve our daily lives. Like we've all experienced like, oh, whoa, I just got that insight. I should do this thing, or I should go this way, or I should reach out to that friend, or, you see the angel numbers, or you do the things, or you get the signs, and it's all meant to help us as we walk through our daily lives. And so, excuse me, there's so much, one of you is clearing some stuff. I love it. Oftentimes when I get energy moves through me, it comes, this may be too much information, but there you have it. I get a lot of burps. I never knew how to burp in like all my life purposely. And the last like 3 years, I've been burping nonstop. But one of you is definitely clearing. I love that. If the rest of you also want to clear, say yes to that. Consciously say yes to that, because that will happen for you. And I will end this masterclass with a transmission to help you clear and connect. Okay. So why is it important to connect? Well, we also get to fall in love with our divinity. We also get to fall in love with all that we are, our truest selves, our authentic selves. We are so uniquely us, right? And we've heard that so many times. There's not one person like you, but they say that in the context of like in this life. I'm talking all lives, okay? I'm talking all timelines. I'm talking all of your genetic ancestral imprints. I'm talking all of your experiences across your beingness, your consciousness, right? You've had many lives before in different ways. And so there is no one like you. You are so special. Okay. You are so incredibly beautiful and special and unique. And don't you want to fall in love with you? Like, how amazing. There's so much within you that you get to learn about. There's so much within you that is yet to be discovered. And you get to surprise yourself. You get to at each way, at each intersection of deepening and learning and growing, how beautiful we get to have this experience, this incarnation to go deeper. Because in this life, you are um divinely like already attuned. That's why you're here, right? There's already a part of your consciousness that already wants to go deeper, already knows that there's more available. So how beautiful is that? That this is what you hold in this incarnation, and just so be with that, that like you cannot not be special because of that. So really, connecting to yourself allows you to fall deeply in love with yourself. It allows you to also be able to hold safe, healthy, loving relationships. Um, it allows you, uh, being connected spiritually allows you to understand your purpose. It allows you to understand your truth, your inner workings of why you are the way you are. It allows you to strengthen the connection, and holding compassion with all that you are. And you get to feel, right? You get to feel. I'm the type of person who I have done things very much independently all my life. Like I didn't even really have a family to help support me for a very long time, right? And so I was Miss Independent, you know, doing her thing. And for a lot of my life, and based on my own experiences in this incarnation, I also very much felt alone in that. And until I started really connecting deeper with spirit in a way that, and I've been very spiritual also all my life, but it was never fully consistent until probably the last maybe 8 years of my life, right? It was never consistent. I was like, are you there? Are you not? Like, what's happening? Who am I talking to? I'm talking. Are you listening? I wasn't feeling like I was getting what I needed back. And so why did I start saying this? This is what happens when I channel and then I bring in my own antidote. But this level of feeling so supported by spirit, so much that I can never, and I have never since felt alone. This is how deep my connection with spirit is that I don't ever have a day where I feel so intrinsically lonely and unsupported in my life, because I've developed such a strong relationship with myself first. Okay, I did that with myself first, and then I did it with spirit. And I have had friends that are like, they went spirit first, self second. It doesn't matter, but they are aligned, right? This is why today's masterclass is the magic of connecting to self and spirit. You cannot have one without the other, right? So just know that is available for you. And okay, so what's possible in the connecting? Having the new experience, right? We talked about that, those new access points of truth and possibility and magic. And I mean, magic is really cool, right? Like we love magic. We love the feeling of something. My dog's here, by the way. He's been sitting on my lap this whole time and now he's deciding to move. So magic is so fun. It reminds us of play. It reminds us of wonder. It reminds us of the true beauty, that of which we are, but also of what is available to us, of what is reflected to us, right? Because we can only recognize it outside of us if we can recognize it within us. So magic is a very big component of it. And it can come in different ways, you know. For the sake of today's masterclass, we're going to keep it simple. But I have some crazy stories for you. So if you want to hear them, find me later. Okay. So also in connection with spirit, you can access even higher states of consciousness and feel even more deeply, because there are levels, there are different realms, right? This is why it's we can go so quickly into like, maybe not so quickly for some of us, but into like, okay, I'm unbothered, I'm good, right? A higher state of consciousness. But to go to like, oh, yeah, I am also source. That's a different layer of consciousness, right? You just feel the difference as you go higher. And so it's also fun to play in that. It's fun to see how high you can go, how deep you can feel. And I am saying this because I want you to truly know and understand that it is boundless. We are not tethered. The only thing that tethers us is our own soul, right? We can say no to ego. We have that choice. We are sovereign beings. We have will. And many of us are doing that. Many of us, especially this year, are focused on saying, okay, those old paradigms, those old systematic ways of being, those wounds, those imprints, nope, not for me anymore. I'm gonna put those skeletons down. I don't want to dance anymore, especially not with like 20 of them. Like, can you imagine like really truly dancing with 20 skeletons or all bones? Like, that doesn't sound pleasant. Okay. So um it's, yeah, there's just so much. There's so much. And you all probably see like the passion and the excitement that I get because I truly believe in this work. I believe in what is available for us in doing this work, in connecting with spirit, in seeing who we are and loving who we are so that more can be reflected back to us. Like we all know that if we have a shitty day, we start with a shitty day, and then all of a sudden it keeps getting shittier and shittier, and you get more and more mad, right? And then you have those days where you feel like you're walking through a Disney movie and the birds are chirping and people are giving you free blessings and gifts along the way, right? So like have that in your consciousness. Make the choice that you want to call in magic and blessings um and feel into what's available. The trick is with all of this is to not be attached. Okay. That's what trips us up. We're like, okay, love the magic. I want to be in a Disney movie. Yes, bring on the birds. But then you're like, where are the birds? Why aren't the birds here? I don't see the birds. How come the birds aren't singing? And then all of a sudden you just dropped, lowered your energy, and then the birds aren't going to come. They're not attracted to that. Right? They don't want to be in that energy. So try not to trip yourself up. But if you do, you can just simply pause, breathe, be back in the present moment, surrender, right? Feel safe in what is. And that you might have to do, there might be other steps you might have to do, right? To get to that. So let's just talk a little bit about more of the surrender and the safety. Okay. Because this is something that I really want you all to know that you have a choice in. We don't want to invite your ego to play. Okay. When you surrender, your ego cannot be a participant. If it is a participant, if it shows up, you won't be able to surrender. That's the truth, right? And so we're gonna maybe throw your ego to the skeletons, but we don't want to let it be a participant. We don't want to let it drive us, right? And a trick, this is something that I've learned through more and more clients, like through the years, is, and some of you here will probably attest to it. If you're feeling any resistance to surrendering, first you want to just like breathe, right? That's the trick to everything. First step is breathe, be in the present moment. But breathe into your mind and see, is your mind like receiving the oxygen? Is it receiving the breath? Or is it like, no, I don't want this, I don't trust it? If that's the case, the best thing to do, and this is the real trick, is to begin to acknowledge your intellect. Thank you, mind. Thank you, intellect. Thank you for keeping me safe. Thank you for continuing to find ways to keep me safe. Thank you for being so brilliant. Thank you for solving that issue. Thank you for putting that woman in her place. Thank you for doing all of these things, right? It's like feed your mind acknowledgement, because then it'll start to receive it as love. It'll start to feel seen. While the mind is a part of us, it's still a different entity, right? And so we want to acknowledge our mind. We want it to feel that it's being seen, that we hear it, that we think it, that we appreciate it and hold gratitude for it. And then your mind will start to kind of relax into itself. And that's when you're just like going to keep breathing in more air, keep breathing in more oxygen into your mind. Your mind will start to dissipate any of the density. It'll start to release any of the tension. It then creates more spaciousness, more expansion. And it's starting to like be okay. It's starting to relax. And then it just calms down. That is the trick. Acknowledge our mind and our intellect for what it is and keep breathing in life, keep breathing in energy, and oxygen and vitality into it, because it deserves it. How often, for most of my life, I never stopped to thank my mind for anything that it did for me, right? Like we need to, because these parts of us, and this similarly goes for your heart. Okay, so um if you want to give your heart a little gratitude and love every day, like as an aside, also do that for the capacity for what it holds, because it holds so much. Do that as well. If we're going to start thanking everything of us, also thank your throat. Your divine expression comes from your voice, comes from your throat. And that also, thanking and breathing in air and life into your throat creates more expansion, gets your chakra into alignment, is easier for you to speak your continued truth. Okay. But these have really helped my clients over the years. So do that. Allows it to relax, create spaciousness, and then it can connect. And then the ego can just like naturally fall away. And so that creates a space of safety, right? And in the safety, your mind can then surrender. It can be like, oh, I don't have to protect you now. We are protected now. And it's now a part of the we. Now it's a part of all parts of you, right? So it can breathe, it can surrender, it can start to feel peace, it starts to allow, then it can start to receive, because now all of the stuff is quieted down, all the noise is gone, all of the pressure and the tension and the contraction has dissipated, and there's space so it can start to receive. Again, going back to you driving in your car, oh, your space was relaxed. It was like calm. Your mind was calm. There was more expansion. So boom, you received, right? So that's what you do. Okay. That's the trick. Does anybody have any questions or anything on that? Does it make sense? Is that helpful? Yes. Okay, good. Great. And yeah, so surrender and safety. You can't surrender without feeling safe. You can't feel safe if you don't begin to surrender, right? So again, what is it, McKenna? Not the cart before the horse. Is it the chicken or the egg? Which one is it? One without the other. That's the thing, is that these things happen, and nothing is linear. They all happen at different times, in different ways. So play with it. See what is most receptive for you, for your being, for your mind, for your soul. See what you most need. Okay. But I promise you, I guarantee you this will help. Okay. Yeah, if you don't feel safe, you can't surrender, you can't allow, you don't receive, you don't feel magic, and the birds don't come. We want the birds to come. We like the singing birds, right? Does anybody have any questions around any of that? A question about surrender, connect. Yes, Erin, please go ahead, unmute.
Hi, everybody. I do have a question about that. So, um, I have experiences sometimes where I I surrender, I connect, the whole connection process is very easy and pleasant and it all happens. And then there's other times, seemingly random, when I do the same exact process and there's just kind of like nothing really there. And then I find myself, my like ego self getting frustrated because intellectually I know that
Mm.
it's always there. It's not that there's something that's gone or so, nothing has changed. Something about me has changed or something about my environment or my moment has changed. So, in those moments, is the best course of action just to kind of again follow the surrender and be like, huh, okay, now's not a good time. I'm just going to let go of the desire to connect? Or is it like following that idea that I know it's there? So, should I like try? I don't know. I don't want to say try
Yeah.
harder, right?
Yeah, no, I get exactly what you're saying. So it's important because sometimes this is what trips us up with manifestation. Okay. We have a desire, we want a thing. It's like the birds. Where are the birds? I want the birds. I don't see the birds. I know there are birds. There's trees. There must be birds. Where are the birds? And then now your energy is so entrapped in the desire for, in this case, connection, that you're actually blocking yourself from the flow of connection. So again, that boulder in the middle of the river, in the stream, the water goes around, still in connection, right? But it's like, if we decide to build a dam and then we get caught up in that ego trap, the best thing to do is pause, and you can like shake yourself off, but breathe, go into giving your mind some love. Thank you for trying to will something to happen. Thank you for knowing that, for being so intelligent, so smart, that we're always connected. Thank you for desiring even more depth for us so that we can continue to move forward on our path. I appreciate you. I love you. Breathe it in, breathe it in. If in this case for you, there's also some stuff that might be unconscious, okay, that needs to be cleared. Okay. And this is for everybody. We don't have time to go deep into that today, but there are things that come in that attach to us, like low frequencies, energies, whatever it may be. Others are our own, that kind of just attach and hold into our being that we might not be aware of. But because we move through life, like how many people are in this call right now? Like there's this much energy in this space right now. And also with those that are in the replay, they're in this energy too, because I've asked spirit to hold them in this space as well. Okay. So we're dealing with that in just this 90 minutes. There's all of that energy moving through here. So we just also want to be clear with what is within us. So always start with, I do this for all of my clients when we open up a session. I do an energetic scan through your system. I go in, what's being held anywhere? Is there any density anywhere? Is there any stagnancy or stale energy that wants to be moved? You can do that for yourself. Okay. But if it feels like even that is blocked, breathe first, give your mind acknowledgement. If it feels like your mind is unclear, go to your heart. Is there something my heart is holding? Maybe it's some exchanged words with a friend last week that you didn't know you were still holding on to, but it's there and that's clouding your connection with spirit. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Thank you. That was a
Yeah.
good question.
Yeah. Very helpful. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Any other questions around any of that surrender or safety? Yeah, Monica, you have something? No, okay. Okay. Anybody else have anything? Okay, great. Perfect. Let me just see if there's, checking in with spirit and see if there's anything else. This is another big one. And again, we don't have time for this today, but it kind of piggybacks on what Aaron was bringing up, like discernment, okay, on what is really here in our space. Like I was speaking about all the energies that were here in this masterclass. Um, so, what is ours? What is not ours? Oftentimes, when we are especially all wanting to go deeper within ourselves, all wanting to go higher in connection with spirit, we might feel the energy of somebody else's desires that feel like they resemble our own, but they are still different and we might take it as our own. Okay. And so just being conscious of that discernment is a really big thing to be aware of as we move forward. But given the time constraint here, just the importance of surrender and safety and how to surrender, how to feel safe, how to bring your systems down, and the importance of connection for the sake of magic is truly available. And I want you all to actually be able to utilize these tips to actually be able to work through this, like, later today or tonight before you go to sleep. Connect with spirit, see what is available, do the breathing, check in with your mind, give it love, see what happens and what comes through. Okay. And so I would love, and spirit would love for us to go through a transmission for those that are unaware of our transmissions. They are channeled, they're healing, it's all energy. We move through, we ground, we clear, we go higher. And I don't know exactly what's going to come through, but I trust that it will be exactly what we all need. So if you can, and this will, I assume, be about 15 to 20 minutes. So if you can get a little cozy, if you want to lay back or just close your eyes in your seat, feel free to do what you need to do. If you want to take yourself off video, you can do that too, to feel really safe. I just want you to feel safe. So get comfy, get cozy, grab a blanket if you need, do what you got to do. And then we're going to go in. So just going to give us some time to relax. And as you settle into yourself, just feel into presently what is here for you in this moment, all this information, all of this excitement, all of the potentiality and magic. And close your eyes if they're not already and take a soft breath in through the nose and a slow exhale through your mouth. Another soft breath in. Slow, long exhale out. One last letting go, cleansing breath in. And a deep, audible sigh of release. Sinking even deeper into your being. Allowing your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Feeling in the rhythm of your breath, aligning with the rhythm of the earth. Allowing all parts of you to continue to settle.
Yeah.
Allow any emotions or any energies that want to come forth to come forth. We invite all to this sacred space. We give it all full permission. And feel into that. Feel into your sovereignty. Feel into your divinity. Feel into your own conscious being. All of the lives you've held. All of the experiences you've had. All of the emotions you carry within. The lessons learned and the wisdom held. Feel into the expansion of all of that now, all that is yours, all that is uniquely yours. and begin to feel light slowly emanating from the place where your soul resides between your heart and your chest space. Feeling the light just coming forth, beginning to emanate even brighter, glowing even stronger, beginning to amplify from your being so your whole body, your whole auric fields, even the room you're in begins to amplify with your light. Feel how it cannot be contained. That is how powerful the light you hold within is. Feel the rhythm of your breath pulsating with the light that shines, continuing to amplify. And now feel into the earth below you. Feel Mother Earth drawing you in, anchoring you in with her energy, pulling you in like a deep hug to help support and nourish and provide for you now. Feel into her magnitude. Feel your breath align with hers. Feel into all that she holds, every being, every entity, all of the ancient wisdom, all of the truth. Feel how it is to be loved by Mother Earth as she anchors your light in her soil. And take a deep breath in from the earth and feel it move up and through your being. Feel how different the oxygen feels as you draw it up from the earth. Feel how much it nourishes and provides. And just thank her. Give gratitude for her. As you do so, she's telling you that she is always here to support, to uplift, to ground, and to nourish, to be with her daily, to connect with her daily, so that she can help you on your continued path. Feel the love and gratitude shared between you and Mother Earth. Thank her for all that she is. And go back to feeling your light emanating from your soul space, feeling the power that it holds, how amplified it can be, feeling it getting brighter and more powerful. And now begin to rise up. Feel the pull of the universe as it brings you up into higher consciousness. Feel yourself floating higher, 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 higher. Deep in to the middle of the universe. And feel into what is available here. Maybe you feel into the darkness, but you are not scared. The endlessness, the limitlessness, the boundlessness. Maybe you see a specific star or a planet. Be in this space. Feel into the magic that is here in this level of consciousness. Feel yourself completely unbounded. Feel the divinity, the you are, the I am, the all that is. You are a part of the vastness of possibility. What else is here in this space for you? As something comes towards you, allow yourself to feel open. Say yes to receive as it becomes closer and closer. What is here for you now? What has been bestowed upon you? What is this blessing? Maybe it is a message from your angel or your angel themselves. Maybe you've been taken to one of your home planets, or there's a specific star in the constellation that has something for you. Allow yourself to receive in this moment what is divinely, perfectly meant for you to receive now. Ask all the powers that be why you are being given this thing. Why are you are being shown this thing? And see what comes through. Feeling into how divine you are, how perfectly this thing came at the right time. Feeling the deep connection with all that is possible, simply because you deserve it, simply because you are you. If there is any other messages, any steps, any tangible, inspired, actionable steps that want to be given to you, see if there are any coming through now. Feel into the love and support. And when you feel you have gotten your message or your thing, hold it so dear to your heart now. Know that it is within you. Know that this gift is meant to help you move forward in your path. And say thank you to whoever or whatever have given you the messages, the insights, the actions, inspirations. In the way in which you want to say thank you. Feel the energetic exchange of receiving, of giving gratitude, of loving and being loved. And see that thing, whatever came to you, just begin to move away and go back to where it came from, knowing that you have what you need already now within. And feel back into the space in the middle of the universe. Breathe into the energy of here, of this floating, unbound, untethered, of limitless possibility. And we're now going to begin our descent, breathing back into yourself, feeling your own light drawing you back down, coming down from the ethers, from the universe, coming back down into your light filled body. And when you fully arrive into your light filled body, just take a deep breath in and feel the energy here again. Feeling your light amplified, feeling love of self, feeling grounded by the earth, nurtured, supported, upheld, centered, and solid. And in this space, invite your higher self in now. Your inner self, your great teacher within. Invite your higher self now and be with her in a moment. Sit with her in this space. Feel the pride, feel the deep honoring and the celebration that she has for you. Feeling the solidification of all things possible, all of the magic, all that you desire. And just ask that she aligns with your own sense of being so that she can help guide you forward. So that any action based on the message or gift that you were given be taken in full alignment and with great ease. And if she has any messages for you, just receive them now. Thank her for being part, for taking part of this transmission. Feel her begin to merge into your body now. She just begins to become one with the light that you're emanating, merging with your body now. Breathing into yourself. Again, feeling your light emanating and amplifying from within and without. As above, so below. And take a deep, soft breath in. Slow exhale out. And begin to feel yourself in this present moment, in this present body. Begin to come back to yourself at this time, in this space. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and come back to us. And what they want you to do now as you continue to come back to us, hold the perspective of lightness, hold the perspective of play and joy and magic, and just marvel at this new experience that you had today. Marvel at what your body holds, of what you were being given, of how your soul just took its own little journey to align what needed to be aligned in this moment. And if you can, I would just love to hear what came through for you. So throw in the chat what came through for you. Throw in the chat what you're feeling or any deep insights, or even if you want to share what you received. Would love to see and feel, and let's amplify the energy of what came in. Say yes, say more. Yes to more of that. Oftentimes when we come back from a transmission, it's hard to fully come back. We're still in that space. We're still clearing. And we're still attuning. Just know that things might feel a little, I don't know what the word is, Spirit. They're saying like a little wobbly in the best way, a little grainy in the best way, if you're still kind of coming back to, okay? So just let it be. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. Get rest as needed. Honor yourself. Take a like light, easy walk. See if the birds come to you, right? See if the birds come and start singing Disney songs. What's coming through for you guys?
I wanted to ask you, Leilani, because I had some insights, but it was also like thoughts, people, places coming. And I was in the same instance, like surrendering, but also thinking like, is that this state or this is my mind playing tricks? So I'm not.
Yeah. Oftentimes that happens because your mind is still not used to allowing itself to fully surrender. Trust anything that you are being given, anything that you're being given. It's when your mind starts to question, that's what you don't question. Okay. It's when your mind decides to be like, wait, is this real? That's when you know it's real. Okay. Because your mind's like, this feels a little unfamiliar. I don't know if I can trust this because it's not coming from the same receptors, right? That your mind usually like pumps out information and truth. So trust it. Trust it. Yeah. Thank you for that question. Deep calmness. Yeah. Yeah. What else is coming through?
That's super helpful. Thanks so much. Your response to that last question. That happens to me all the time, where there's something where it's like, this feels a little weird. Am I making it up? And usually later something gets confirmed and I figure out, that it was real or whatever. But like those like weirdest things are often the ones that are like the most true. So I'm so glad you confirmed that.
Yes. It's, yeah, our mind is like, wait, that feels different. No. Can we trust it? Do we feel safe? So you just affirm Aga for you and also Aaron for you and anybody else that feels this like, okay, thank you, mind. Thank you, mind, for wanting to ensure our safety. Thank you, mind, for for allowing new information and new guidance to come through in this way, but also ensuring our safety. It's brilliant. Oh, lots of light and love during the class. There was so much clarity brought, deep healing, true love. Oh, Helena, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. More of that for you. More of that amplified for you. Thank you. What else has come through? And any other questions as we begin to bring this to a close? I welcome them all now. And if you feel like you want to follow up with me, you'll also be getting an email. Okay, great. Yes, so I hope that today served you all. I actually fully trust that it did, because divine orchestration is always at play. You wouldn't have been here if it wasn't meant for you to be here. That includes those that are watching the replay. And if you want to delve a little deeper into what is available for you in connection with spirit or the divine, I would love to invite you to our course, Awaken. We actually begin on Wednesday, and I'm so excited. It's a six-week course. We go deep in, like, it's Awaken, right? So we go deeper into what is available for you. We go deeper into understanding ego, understanding discernment, understanding what energies are really at play. That includes things like psychic attacks and other lower thought forms and other types of entities, all for the sake of having a pristine channel so that you can trust, right, Aga, Aaron? So you can trust the guidance you're being given, so that our mind begins to align with these newer truths, these more authentic and real truths of ourselves, so that it begins to trust it and it knows, okay, that, yes, inspired action. Let's take that. That, no, that's ego. Let's make that not a thing. So yeah, in the 6 weeks, we also go through clearings and protections, and even playing with the different types of higher frequencies. And I'm super excited because all of this kind of came up. I was very resistant, if I'm going to tell you the truth. I was like, Spirit, what do you mean? I don't know how I do the things I do. I just do them. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Right. And they're like, no, this is really helpful because other people on their path also, it's helpful to understand. So these things I've learned, tested, and it didn't look very clean like this course. I'm telling you, it looked very messy and very difficult and often very hard, but I'm giving you the best parts of me. So I would really, really, really love it if this resonates for you to join. I have a early bird special right now. So the course is early bird special, $888. And you get a free one-on-one session with me, which is valued over $400. So that alone, I promise you, is worth it. I really do. I stand by that. So join us, take advantage of the early bird discount. You'll get a follow-up email after this. And at the end of the course, you will feel, imagine the peace and the calm and the tranquility and the connection you feel now in just an hour and a half of us together. I stand by this guarantee that after the end of this course that you will feel like you've moved through mountains, because I have moved through mountains working these tips and tools. So yeah. Anybody have any questions around any of that? Please feel free to reach out to me, follow up in an email. Would love to see you there. Again, we start on Wednesday. I just want to thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today. Truly, it's been such a pleasure to get to feel into some of the newer energies here, to be with the energies I'm also feel so safe and comfortable and happy in. And I just love seeing all your faces. So if I can do anything to serve you at any time, please, please reach out. And just a final reminder, know that you cannot meet spirit if you haven't fully met yourself. Okay. And you can only meet spirit as far as you've met yourself. The deeper you go into meeting and loving yourself, the deeper you'll go into higher levels of consciousness. And that is all available for you. It is your birthright. So thank you so much. I'm sending you all such deep, deep love. Oh, I so appreciate you. Thank you for being on my own journey, and much love, many blessings.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.